Good morning. Good morning, lovelies. How are you doing? Just getting out for the day. Just been on a little walk here with Yoda. She's down at the water there already. Super excited for Dad to throw some sticks for her and have her run around on the beach. She just absolutely loves like catching sticks and rocks at the water. She's just gonna wait there until I go down there and spend some time with her, and I will. But I'm just gonna get myself moving a little bit first, and just make myself accountable. Just doing my own little accountability, just starting my day with a bit of a share, just making sure I make the time to have a little share. Hello brother, how are you doing? Yeah, this is a great spot here. I'm the other way up on my street, down the lake shore here. I'm up toward Oakville, going east on Lake Shore along Lake Ontario. Just out here at the Oakville Harbor, the Oakville Marina, the Oakville Pier and beach here. And Yoda loves it. Yoda just loves it. It's a great day out here because it's overcast actually. I mean, it's always a great day out here, even on a beautiful day for sure. But if it was a beautiful day, it would be so busy out here that I couldn't really walk freely like this. Awesome, brother. Have an awesome conference. Thank you for jumping on and letting me know about it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I'm just going to be having a little chat with Brian Justice today. I'll be catching up with him. Just getting myself out, just getting moving and making myself accountable to today, to my friends and family for today, to my lovely friends and family. Just getting out, just getting practicing, just getting moving, just practicing nature, practicing natural health, practicing humanness. Yes, brother, thank you. Yes, for sure, that will happen one of these days. Saturdays are also my day to be jumping on with my calls and trying to work on my calls. So we'll see how that connects. For sure, we'll see how that connects, when that connects. Just getting moving, that's a big part of natural healing. Movement is about part of being human, right? We can't avoid movement. Either we're sleeping or we're sitting, or we are moving, or we're eating, right? These are the things that humans do. We move, we sit, we sleep. And what do we do consistently along with all of that? We breathe, right? This is what humans do. We move, we sit, we sleep, we breathe, right? This is what humans do. So practicing the things that humans do, right? Practicing the things that humans do. Being human, practicing humanness, right? Practicing humanness. Just getting out, just getting moving. That's one of the things that we do. I gotta make sure I practice the things that humans do. I'm working on myself. I gotta get up and get going and make sure that I do some work on myself. I try to do some work on myself every day. I say, begin your day in the very best way, right? Take charge, take responsibility for yourself, for your energy, right? Just thinking about that and just speaking that out. Here I am. That's a part of my practice. The thoughts and the words. Here I am, practicing, just getting out, just getting moving, getting my feet on the ground. Just practicing. What practicing? Humanness. Humanness is also dialogue, sharing with others, relationship, right? Dialogue, sharing with one another, relationship. You know, speaking, communication, social relationship, friendship, love. Humanness is love, right? You know, 10 years ago, the bottom dropped out in my life, and I started to work on my mindset. I started to take full responsibility for my life. I started to recognize that I needed to take ownership of what was going on in my life. And you know, I was having some sleep issues, insomnia for 20 years. I was medicated. I was doing the ibuprofen for pain. I was doing the digestive acid reflux medication. So I've done the medications, and I've tried all the potions and powders and pills. I've done all the protein diets, and I've done all the high intensity workouts and getting myself into shape by tearing myself down. I've done all of that stuff. You know, I'm 49, and I want to say that if you want to be 50 and fit, if you want to be 50, 60 and sexy, right? You know, if you've tried all of the stuff, right? If there's something wrong with your health, if you need to lose weight, if you need to heal pain, right? My life was falling apart in many different ways. My health, my weight, physical pain, emotional problems, financial problems. My life was really falling apart 10 years ago. And then I started to take responsibility for it, and I started to take responsibility for the things that I was thinking and saying and doing. I started to take responsibility for my life. I think this is a big key part of it. Taking responsibility. I decided to take responsibility for my health. Natural healing is basically taking the responsibility role. It's stepping into the responsibility role, right? 5 years ago, I found a book by Dr. Arnold Ehret, which taught me about detoxification, taught me about the fruit fasting lifestyle. Very shortly after that, you know, I discovered structured water, energized water, clean water, hydrogen-rich water, energized water. I found the work of Dr. Sebi and Dr. Morse and Professor Spira, and then I also found the magical healing lifestyle practice, the Breatharian lifestyle. I'm going to be speaking at the Breatharian World Pranic Festival in July 17th, Saturday, July 17th. It's in Italy. I'll be speaking at 6 o'clock Italian time, so that'll be noon on a Saturday afternoon. I'll definitely be posting more information about that, the World Pranic Festival. So I stumbled into this lifestyle. It's a very obscure lifestyle, the Breatharian lifestyle. It's people that have learned to live with very little or no food at all, right? Some people living extremely long times without food at all. So I bumped into some very kind of obscure ideas, practicing and engaging with those people in that community. And I made a lot of friends. I met a lot of people that had healed their lives and their troubles that way, and it inspired me to continue forward in my healing. I was dealing with a lot of pain. And like I say, a lot of emotional relationship problems and financial problems that I had to correct in my life. And so I pursued it with a natural healing model. I practiced. So I want to talk a little bit about that idea of practice. Like, you know, we're all practicing something, right? Whatever we're getting is a result of what we're giving, right? It's always exact. This is always an exact equilibrium. Whatever we're getting is equal to what we're giving. So if we want to get something different out of our health, out of our wealth, out of our relationships, we've got to give something different. And I want you to really kind of consider that idea of, you know, kind of being like a gardener. Being like a gardener and a gardener, you know, trying to build a garden and you know, putting some tomato seeds into the earth, right? You know, we understand that idea that if we plant a tomato seed, it's going to grow a tomato plant, right? You know, what type of seed are you planting? What type of seed are you planting? Like, if you can kind of visualize a day as being like an opportunity for you to kind of grow something. Every day is another opportunity for you to grow something. You know, so what are you going to grow today, right? You know, if you think of that idea of like an orange, right? If I squeeze an orange, I'm going to get orange juice from it, right? It's only thing that I can get out of it, right? It's you know, think of this idea when you think of a human. If I squeeze a human, what is going to come out of it? What is at the root of human? Right? Coming to the root, coming to the source, coming to the center, coming to the original energy, right? Like, what is it, the energy of the human? And if you really consider that idea that the human is grown from a love center, you know, at its source, at its root, it's love, it's kindness, it's health, it's nature, it's presence. These are all natural things. These are things, freedom, peace, abundance. These are things that are in the nature. If you look in the nature, you see these things around you. These are the nature of the human. If we can, you know, kind of distill the human down to its essence, to its energy, to leave the physical, to leave the mind, and to come to the energy, right? This is the idea of the breatharian lifestyle. It's to connect to the energy. How to live without food, right? It's to nourish yourself in some other way. It's to find nourishment in some other way. Getting nourishment from the earth, getting nourishment from the sun, getting nourishment from your thoughts and your words, from what you're holding in mind. This is a practice. This is a fasting practice, a fasting from things. Not just food, not just water, but, you know, from substance too. It's to practice, you know, taking these things away from ourselves a little bit for a while, so that we can learn to find some sort of peace and control with these things, right? And it's not about elimination. We don't need to eliminate. It doesn't mean that we need to eliminate things, but it means that we need to find, you know, some new balance with things. It's nature, natural balance. That's what natural health is finding balance again. Rebalancing ourselves, rebalancing our energy, rebalancing our life. You know, love is a balance of the two energies that are within us. When we bring the two sides of the human together, the masculine and the feminine, the left and the right brain, when we balance these energies, when we bring them back into balance and restore natural balance within the human, we find love is there. Love and kindness and joy is what starts to grow inside of the human. It's like you're creating a Garden of Eden inside of yourself, inside of your life. And then once you start living from a love root, when you start living from a new natural balanced root, you start to see that you start creating lovingly in your world. You start creating loving relationships in all aspects of your life. With food, with fluid, with substance, and with people, right? It's about relationships. It's about love. It's about essence. It's about practice. It's about how you nourish yourself. It's about finding nourishment in a different way. It's about finding the more subtle energies that exist within us. And as long as we're living, with that caffeine energy, with that protein and fat energy, with the energy of shopping and holidays and kind of, sexual engagement, as long as we're kind of always getting our joy and satisfaction from external sources, it's kind of hard to find that subtle energy inside. And I'm not saying we need to stop or give up anything, but we do need to take a little bit of a break and practice the other side to find peace with the other side, because it's not about elimination. It's actually about finding joy and happiness with both. It's not one or the other. It's not right or wrong. I mean, the sun shines on everybody here. I'm not trying to tell anybody what they need to do, and nobody needs to do what I do either. It's not about that, right? It's finding a new natural balance in your life. It's about finding new boundaries and creating new boundaries for yourself. It's not about you can't do this and you can't do that, and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. You see, when you're speaking that way, you're actually speaking in the negative. And this is what we do. We've learned to speak and think in the negative, and we have to switch that in order to heal ourselves naturally. We need to start speaking in the affirmative, in the positive. We need to take positive forward action to create change. This is how it happens. With positive thoughts and words and actions, with positive movement, and with breath. Recognize that the human sleeps, the human sits, the human moves, the human eats, and all the while the human breathes. All the while the human is breathing, right? So, it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing, you're always doing the same thing. You're always moving and breathing or sitting and breathing. There is no difference for your life. This is what it's going to be. I want to level with you. I want to level with you. This is what life is. Life is breath. Your physical life is sustained by your breath. And the sooner that you can come to actually realize that is all that's going on in life, is that you're moving and you're breathing, or you're sitting and you're breathing, and there's no difference between one moment and another except what you have in your mind during that moment. So what have you got in your mind? What have you got in your thought garden? What are you growing, lovelies? Are you growing love in your mind, or are you growing hell? Right? It's to become aware of what you're holding in mind. The more conscious you are of what you've got in your mind, the more you can start creating joy and happiness and health and wellness in your life, and you can stop creating a mess. Right? So it's to get awareness of what it is that we're creating, what we're practicing, what we're sowing in our garden, our thought garden. It's a practice to get up daily and to think and to speak in a way that puts the right seed in your garden, that sows the right seed for your day. I want to sow a seed of love. I want to sow a seed of love for myself, for my wife, for my children, for my family, for my career, for the people that I work with and work for the people that I help. I want to be there and really there to support them. I want to be happy and healthy and joyfully optimistic about my finances and about my future and what I'm leaving here as my mark, my legacy, right? So it's here I am, getting up in the morning and affirming these things, thinking and speaking about them, putting them out there, making myself accountable to you, to others, whoever who's listening, putting it out there. This is what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. Coming to the energy of my dreams, coming to the energy of what I'm creating on a daily basis, and just, transparently sharing that. That's what I'm doing. I'm practicing love and kindness and joy. I'm practicing coming into the energy of my dreams. I'm practicing natural health, natural healthy thoughts and words and actions. Just having a little dialogue with you about naturally healing the body and life. That's what I do. Today I'll be doing that in my private group. One thing I've done over the last year with all of this COVID-19 rigmarole, I've decided, what can I do? My business was shut down, slowed down drastically. Lots of people afraid to exercise and just basically afraid to take action in their life, right? And not sure what action to take. So a lot of people kind of sitting and waiting. Pulled everyone out, and I was so terrified by that, and I decided I was going to have to do something positive with this terror energy that was in me, and I began this practice, the Good Morning Lovelies practice, and now I've moved into doing my Good Afternoon Friends and Family practice. It's just bookending my day with the right energy. On the weekends, I continue my practice by talking with another friend in the lifestyle natural health that I've found. I find dialogue with people, engaging in relationship, loving kindness relationship is great practice. This is how we sharpen the saw. One sword sharpens another sword. One light inspires another. So today in my private group, I'll be speaking with the man, Brian Justice, joining me in private group today at 2 p.m. Brian Justice will be there, a great friend of mine over the last 4 years. Please join me in private group to hear what he has to say, to ask questions, and don't listen to what I have to say. Hey, listen to him. Hear somebody else's opinion. See someone else who's also kind of walking that walk. Every Saturday afternoon at 2 in my private group, I do chats with other natural health enthusiasts. Hello, lovely. Hello. Good morning, lovely. How are you, Candy? Great to see you, beautiful. Just getting myself going. Just finishing up here and letting you know that every Saturday afternoon I do coaching in my private groups. Join my private groups for that. And every Sunday morning I do workouts in my private group, and I love to have people to interact with. So join in. Join my private group and join me for some coaching calls. And if you're not able to join in on the time of the call, you can always get the replays. You can get my replays on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to just keep in touch, stay in touch. I love comments, I love shares, I love opportunities to get my message of natural health out to others. So I appreciate you all for likes and shares and comments, and for joining my private group or subscribing to my YouTube channel. Grab my ebook, grab my free 10-day process on my website. I'll make sure I leave some links below. I love you. I love you. I'm practicing love. I love you. I love me. I love you. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific